Hello, this is Yogeshwar 7000 again, and I'm back on my series on stories from the Puranas. And today we'll be talking about a very interesting story about a demon whose name was Dushana and how he was killed by Lord Shiva and what's its significance and what happens after his killing, so on and so forth. So this story is coming directly from the Puranas, so I will request you to have firm faith and belief in it. This is not a figment of somebody's imagination, or this is not fiction. And there used to be a city in ancient India called Avanti, and it used to be on the banks of river Shipra. Shipra River, by the way, for people who are not familiar with India, still flows through the state of MP in India. And this Brahmin, whose name was Vedapriya, he used to live in the city of Avanti. Veda, of course, we know what Veda is, if I were to translate his name, and Priya is a lover. So he was a lover of Vedas, as per his name, of course. But he was a Brahmin, and he used to worship Lord Shiva every day. He was a big devotee of Lord Shiva, and he had 4 sons. And the sons were called Devapriya, Priyamedha, Suvrita, and Suvrata. So these were the 4 sons he had, and he raised these sons accordingly, and based on the same religious beliefs he had, and accordingly these 4 sons also became great devotees of Lord Shiva. And then there was a little not a river, but a little hill which was not far away from the city of Avanti, and this hill was called Ratnamala. Ratna, if I were to translate it from Sanskrit into English, Ratna means gems, and Mala is like a necklace. But of course, this hill was just named Ratnamala, didn't mean that it was full of gems. So there used to be a hill there, and on that hill there used to live an asura, a demon, as asuras are called demons, or a rakshasa, or a demon, and his name was Dushana. And like all demons, he was very, very evil, and he didn't like the idea of the Vedas being read and Shiva being worshipped in Avanti by this Brahmana called Vedapriya, the lover of the Vedas. And his main purpose in life was to destroy all righteousness, all Vedas, all righteousness religions, wherever he could. That was his purpose in life, because he was so full of tamas and anger and hatred against good religions, so as to say, or any religion which would, or any ritual practice rather, which would follow the Vedas. So he hated that. So he came to know that in the city of Avanti there were 4 Brahmins, the 4 sons of Vedapriya, who followed a righteous religion, who followed the Vedic culture, the Vedic religion, and the right rituals, and they were praying to Lord Shiva. And by that time, Vedapriya, actually the father of these 4 sons, had passed away. So there were just these 4 sons, Devapriya, Priyamedha, Suvrita, and Suvrata. The father who was called Vedapriya had died by that time. But anyways, this big demon, or this evil demon rather, called Dushana, came to know about this, that rituals are being practiced as per Vedic rites and Lord Shiva is being worshipped. He didn't like the idea. So he and his soldiers came and attacked the city of Avanti, and they threatened to kill the 4 Brahmins, the brothers. But the brothers had so much faith in Lord Shiva, they were not disturbed by it. They continued to pray to Shiva, and prayed to the Shiva Linga. As we know that Shiva symbolic form is the linga, and they were had complete faith in Lord Shiva. And then suddenly, while the soldiers of Dushana and Dushana himself were out there to plunder the city and to attack these four brahmanas, there was a tremendous sound which was heard in the city, and a pit, a little hole, a pit appeared in the ground in front of that Shiva Linga, which was being prayed to by these four brothers, these four Brahmins. And a big pit appeared there, a big hole appeared there in the earth. And Shiva himself appeared from this pit. And Shiva then was so angry that he roared. He had a huge roar, and it was so powerful and so forceful. That roar was so powerful and so forceful that Dushana, the evil demon, was burnt into ashes. And when the soldiers of Dushana saw that Dushana is dead, they also ran away. So Shiva appeared. Of course, Shiva was there, right there in front of the four Brahmanas, four brothers who had great faith and devotion towards Lord Shiva and who were worshipping Lord Shiva in the form of the Shivalinga all this time, as their father had taught these four brothers. And the Brahmins prayed to Lord Shiva that please be always present in that place. And Lord Shiva agreed. And this place is one of the 12 Jyotirlingas, as we know that there are 12 Jyotirlinga where Shiva is always present. And this place is the Mahakal Jyotirlinga. And the modern day name of the city is Ujjain in Madhya Pradesh, or MP in India, where you have this Jyotirlinga called the Mahakala Jyotirlinga, where Shiva had appeared in the Mahakala fierce form. And because of his fierce form and his loud roar, the evil demon Dushana got destroyed, and he agreed to stay there in this Shivalinga. And of course, I'm not saying that Shivalingas all over the world, Shiva is not there. Shiva is there in all Shivalingas, but more specifically Jyotirlingas, and the 12 Jyotirlingas that appear in India, that's the place where Shiva is always present in his divine form. So that place is called Mahakala, and it holds a very highly respectable position for all devotees of Lord Shiva and all followers of the Veda. And that day onwards, this Shivalinga started to be called as Mahakala Shivalinga, or Mahakala Jyotirlinga as it's called, because the 12 Jyotirlingas are the most powerful Shivalingas, as it is believed, as per Hindu beliefs. So hopefully you enjoyed this little story from the Purana, which is coming directly from the Puranas, not from any fiction. And in the meanwhile, I will recommend subscribe to my channel and check out my website. There is a link below, and I will see you with an interesting topic in continuation to the stories from the Puranas series very soon. Goodbye.